All right, well, good to see everybody. Obviously, we're excited to come back and play our first game of the year versus a really good Jets team, and really excited to be back at Bank of America playing in front of a huge crowd. And after being at the Georgia Clemson game the other night and seeing what the crowd looked like after a year of not hearing the fans, just excited to play in front of a great crowd and a lot of crowd noise and all the things that come along with the game. So, good first day of practice. I'll see what questions you guys have.
What were you looking for in practice today, and what were your observations from it?
Just a normal Wednesday. We focus on first and second down. Trying to just establish a base game plan. Thought we practiced hard, practiced well. Wasn't perfect. A lot of things we have to obviously correct going into tomorrow. But thought the guys had energy and physicality. Got a good practice in on Monday. So I think our guys are ahead in terms of knowing exactly what we're going to ask of them. I can't hear. I'm sorry. We'll have to watch the tape from practice today. It could be DJ, it could be CJ, it could be Erickson. So that's one of the battles we're still kind of battling out. We probably won't know that till Thursday. Get through Wednesday, Thursday practice. See how those guys do.
How fortunate do you feel to have that short of an injury report week one and not have a lot of lingering injuries?
Obviously, we've had a hard camp, so I think just a credit to the guys that they've worked really hard to stay healthy and be fit. Be healthy. We've lost some guys along the way that we cared a great deal about and thought we're going to be part of the team too. But we are where we are right now, and I think our guys are kind of hitting their stride physically. Hopefully, it'd be great conditioning. It could be hot on Sunday, so conditioning, hydration, all those things will be the next things we have to handle.
Would you prefer not to use DJ as a returner, given what he means to the offense?
I'd prefer to use him situationally. I prefer to use him in crucial return situations. That being said, we have to use the players that we have. And Alex, he's had punt returns for touchdowns in the National Football League. CJ's done it, so I have confidence. It's just going to be a numbers game of who's up. Well, I'm confident in Sam. I'm confident in him like I am with all of our other players. I trust our players to go out and play and win. I think Sam's, he's come a long way, just because it was his first time being here. I think the thing he needs to do is he just needs to play, right? He's got to weather the highs and lows of a game, the highs and lows of a season. You're going to have good games. You're going to have bad games. I remember when I was at the Giants, we played Tampa Bay, and I think Eli had 3, 4, 5 interceptions in the first half and ended up throwing for 500 yards and winning. The great quarterbacks just overcome things that happen, and so Sam's a young player, first time, with us in our system. I just want him to trust his teammates and trust himself and go play. Sam will play well on Sunday.
You've been pretty even keel so far for getting prepared to play this former team. Have you seen any interesting observations or interactions with him this week as he's preparing to play the Jets?
Not really. He's the same guy every day. Works hard. He's in here early. He's a grinder. He's out on the field early. Stays late. So. I would, if for any game, I always just believe if we prepare any differently for one game opposed to the others, if we prepare more for one game than any other game, then we didn't prepare enough for those other games. So we're looking for guys that are, going to just, dive in and relentlessly try to find any edge to win. And so, I'm sure Sam, like everyone else, is doing that.
Matt, with Christian, you were very cautious in the preseason. Are you throw him into the deep end of the pool immediately and just right back to full workload?
Yeah, and the cautious is probably the right term. I just look at it like it's not even about not getting hurt. It's just the accumulate. He's going to take so many hits, so just saving those hits up for the season. Now we do hit him in practice and thud him in practice, and he needs some contact. But I think Christian's full speed and ready to go mentally, physically, in every way, and we're going to put him out there and play him.
JC said on Monday that at least from the feedback he's gotten, he's worked on his grabbiness, things of that nature, being physical when it comes to playing in coverage, and the joint practice itself with that. How much of that have you noticed in terms of his game progressing in that manner?
Yeah, I don't have any issue with JC grabbing. I think he's moving his feet and sliding and playing really good man coverage. So, like any rookie, there'll be some there'll be some moments where you have a call go against you. I don't care. I want JC Horn to go out there and play really aggressive, and we're going to be an aggressive team, and we don't want stupid penalties, but we're gonna play hard and play physical.
Since he's been out there by himself, since he came in
workouts. So how's Sam Sosa been looking? Is he giving you what you're hoping for in practice?
Yeah. I mean, he's been consistent in practice. So's Everly. They just learning the operation. Just want to be really consistent out to. I want to be reliable out to 50 and just reasonable beyond. But out to 50 yards, I want to know that we can go out there and we're going to be really reliable. And I think he's done a good job of that. So, I feel really good about him. He's got the right mentality and sentiment. Approach to the game.
Matt, how challenging is it to face a rookie quarterback making his first start? In other words, you don't have a whole lot of tape on him, Zach Wilson, and how do you approach that? What do you look at?
I think it's really, I think it's really about the system. We really don't know what they're going to do. They've been, they come out of, Matt LaFleur comes out of the LaFleur brothers, Mike and Matt. They've come out of Shanahan's system. Sean McVay, all those guys. They do such a great job of running that wide zone system with all the complementary things. A lot of college type offensive things, speed sweeps, turbo motions, RPOs. There's a lot. And so we just don't know what we're going to see. So we're defending, 3 preseason games. We're defending 17 games last year at the 49ers. Obviously, Zach's a tremendously talented quarterback. He's looked great in the preseason. He's a winner. He's a gamer. So for us, it's really about us just being really sound to what we do. And we do a lot of different things defensively. We go from 4 down to 3 down to a bunch of stuff as well. So we have to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing in our assignments and go from there.
Matt, how does Royce's signing affect Chuba Hubbard's role?
It doesn't. Yeah, Chuba's got that. I think Royce is coming in fighting for that third tailback spot, at least for right now, and then we'll see how things go as they move forward. I think part of the hope is that he could help as a pass protector.
I think you guys went to Zach's pro day. What do you remember about kind of your study and heading into that?
Yeah, Joe and Scott did. I didn't go. I think at that point we kind of knew he was probably going to be the second pick. But we studied him a lot, and obviously elite arm talent. You loved his demeanor, personality. Can make all the throws. Can move around in the pocket. Really, really smart. Has a pure motion. So, he's got all the tools to be a great quarterback.
Matt, you guys talked a lot throughout the offseason and even last year about versatile guys on defense. As you look at Brian Burns going into this season, is there kind of more he can do or areas you think he can get better at?
Well, I just think he's like Chin was last year. He's a positionless player. We actually have a meeting with Al and with Don. So he's a linebacker and a D lineman. So he lets us get to our 3-down package without having to substitute personnel. Last year he'd go out to the field, and this year he can play the inside backer position. He can cover backs out of the backfield. So he can play. He can slide out and be a field outside backer. He can be our inside backer in the 3-down, and he can be a defensive end in our 4-down. So that gives us tremendous versatility without having to change personnel and let the defense know what we're going to be in.
How rare is that for a guy his age to be able to do so many different things?
He's rare in every way. He's a special talent. He's unbelievably smart and detailed. Tremendous recall, and so that's fun as a coach. The coaches, I think, they really enjoy coaching him.
You mentioned Jeremy. What's the next step in his career and his development? And whatever that is it harder with him playing 2 spots potentially, or is it easy?
I think he's smart enough to do different things. I think the biggest change is when you're back there. There's last year, if he made a mistake, there was someone back there making him right. Now that he's back there, there's one bad call, one bad step, one bad key, and all of a sudden it's a touchdown. So there's a whole lot more responsibility being back there than there is being up 5 yards from the football. And so just that attention to detail. And again, this offense, with the turbo motions, with just changing strength and all the different things that they do, it can challenge you. And so he just has to be really locked in and keyed in. We don't want to take away his aggressiveness, but he also has to understand that there's no one behind him but the official. So.
As you prepare for these tests, what are some of the things that they do well as a team that you guys have to prepare for?
Well, obviously they're really, really talented on defense. They've drafted well. They're strong up the middle. You have Fadakasi and Quinnen Williams, C.J. Mosley, Marcus May. You have just like I was looking. In football to me, you want to be strong inside, and they're strong up the middle. They signed Shaq Lawson. They're going to have a good pass rush. They've got young guys outside who can run. And the biggest thing is, Coach Sala, Coach Ulbrich, they're going to play hard. They're going to be physical. They have good pressure packages, so there'll be a lot defensively, schematically to handle. But they're going to run and hit and be physical. And offensively, obviously the young quarterback who's got a dynamic way about him. Big, powerful offensive line. Mekhi Becton. Running wide zone behind him is going to be a challenge. They've got good backs, and Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Jamison Crowder. They've got really good wideouts. They've done a nice job with Tyler Croft this preseason. Wesco's been a good fullback. So, to me, they have balance. Coming out of that Coach Shanahan system, it's it's going to be 50-50 run pass. They're going to fall forward, be in 2nd and 6, 3rd and 4, convert first downs. It'll be a grinded physical game, and that's the type of team I respect, and I know Coach Sala will have them there.
What have you seen from the offensive line today, especially with the change from Dennis going from right to left and the continuity along that front?
Yeah, I thought they practiced well. Pads on, run game, pass protections today. I thought all looked good. They're going to have to get out there and play and do it in the game, at the end of the day. And they're doing it versus a really good defensive line. You've got physical players. So that'll be, one of the key matchups, to me is the two lines, offensive and defensive lines on both sides of the ball going against each other. And, but I have confidence in our guys. I know there's been a lot of questions about our guys. I have confidence in our guys that they'll play well.
Matt, what do you learn about this offense without Christian?
That's really the only offense I know. I didn't have many chances to have Christian out there. I know when we had Christian, we usually scored 30 points. But I think we're just so different now. We've really evolved. Went from one offense to kind of who we are now. And I know Christian's anxious to get out there, but so is DJ, so is Robbie, so is Terrace. I'm anxious to see Ian Thomas and Dan Arnold and so many more. So, but I believe Christian's going to have a really strong season, and I think we have to get him involved early this week.
How do you feel like Etor's developed over the last few weeks? Do you see him on a rotational role with Morgan?
Yeah, Morgan will start. Etor will play a ton. We have different packages where Etor will play. Etor to me is a guy who can be a 5 technique, can be a sub-3, can play in the 3 down, can be a 4-eye. So he brings a lot of versatility, and he's made it through camp. Last year the issue was just kind of getting banged up. He's made it through camp strong. He looks great, playing hard. So I think you'll see a lot of Etor playing.
Do you think Morgan has the same versatility as Etor?
Yeah, to me they're very similar.
Can this game really set the tone for the season this Sunday?
Yeah, well, you sure like to win. We've worked really hard. That would feel good. But to me, if we win the game, then we're gonna come in the locker room and say, hey, come in tomorrow. We're gonna go through all the things we did well and didn't do well. And if we lose a game, we come in after the game and we say, hey, here's things we didn't do well. To me, we're all about trying to go 1-0 a week and improve. And so, I'm just not a momentum guy. I'm hey, what do we do today? I'm gonna go up and watch this tape and how can we get better for tomorrow? So, but I know our guys want to win. I know how much they've put into it, but I also know the Jets have worked really hard too, and they want to win. So it's going to come down to who plays the best, and we got to do everything we can to play the best, to handle the heat, to take advantage of our opportunities, and see if all the work we've put in, how far we've come and how far we've grown. So I expect us to play well. I expect us to play well for the 60 minutes of the game, handle the highs and lows.
Everybody good?
How have you seen your rookies make it through the preseason, and right now they're getting up ready for their first week? How have you seen them physically, getting ready for this game this opening week?
Yeah, no issues with them physically. I think they've all done a good job. I think the key is going to be handling 17 weeks of this. This is a grind, and as I said before, a lot of them didn't have a full off season the year before. So, but we try to introduce processes to these guys. Of taking care of themselves, of using the pool, of using chiropractic work, of using soft tissue work, of taking care of yourself at a high level, what you eat, all those things that the veteran players do. Just really trying to inundate our rookies with that, and if they want to be great, that's great happens outside the building. It doesn't happen in the building. So I'm trying to get them to be great, when they leave here and taking care of themselves. So that they've done a good job so far. It's just about handling it through the long procession of the season.
I know you got
This is the last one.
3 games on the turf, or 2 games on the turf in preseason. Really extra work with your turf to make sure that you're ready for a real game day as far as that goes.
Not really. I mean, we've been on it. You know, we'll stay on the grass when we can, and we practice in the. If it rained or something, we go in the bubble. But we'll just go on the field and practice, and then be ready for the game on Sunday.